Come with me for a day in the life as a part-time show jumper with a full-time job. Starting off at Sparrow's fart in the morning, seeing as I was woken up 10 minutes before my alarm due to how heavy the rain was, I wasn't feeling especially motivated. This is me getting ready to head to the yard. What I've come to realise is that I move at about half of my usual speed first thing in the morning. Today I have Tushka to do some flat work and then Callie for a lunge, as well as turning out 5 and feeding all 8. I also have a meeting first thing at 9 o'clock in the morning, so I need to be back and ready for that. I'm always absolutely freezing first thing in the morning, so I like to try and cremate myself in the car on the way to the yard. I know it then makes it absolutely horrible to have to get out 10 minutes later, but what can I say? It's a short-term comfort. Good morning. Talking quietly because it's still very early. Very early. I've just got to the yard. We're having the tail end of Storm Hermina. So I just hit a tree on my way in and several floods, because being this early means you're one of the first cars on the road, so that's always fun. So I'm hoping I haven't actually damaged my car. First job of the day, turn Goose out. Second job of the day, feed the yard. Third job of the day, get Tushka in and ride her, I think. First up, shoe change. And Goose ready to turn out? Hello, Goosey. Okay, it's Goose out. Morning, Kelly. It's lit from my sand school. Now time to feed this lot. Feeding the yearlings and racehorses, we have Moose, a yearling show jumper, Egg, a yearling thoroughbred racehorse, Luya, an ex-racehorse, now broodmare who is in foal, and Selkie, a racehorse who's in training who is home for her winter break. Selkie is also currently being treated for a puncture wound to the sole of her hoof caused by a stone, so she gets to wear a pretty bandage. First up for feeding is Selkie. She is not friendly at dinner time, so she just gets hers dropped over the door. The rest of them have got corner buckets in the corner of their stables. Next up is then Luya. I did obviously feed the other two, I just didn't film it. So Luya is not that interested in her feed. It's a bit of a task to get her to eat it, which is a bit weird. And then I'd also noticed that she'd actually chucked her water bucket all over the floor, so I had to refill that. Now time to get my stuff together and my shiny new hat ready to ride Tushka. This is an equiline hat from Red Post. Tushka required, it's just started pissing it down. Okay, all tacked up. You can barely hear me because I got my head in a hood. I couldn't film it because it absolutely started pissing it down. But fingers crossed it stopped for a bit. Still unfortunately having to ride under lights. Right, you definitely can't see me because it's dark, but first horse done today. And I think you probably can't hear me because it's blowing a gale. Anyway, Tushka. Quick school, done some transitions, very unexciting. Still dark, still under lights, and it is 7 o'clock, I think. Quick changeover, time for a lunging of a lunatic. This is the only footage I got of Callie because she was an absolute psychopath, so she had to calm down before I could actually get my phone out. Then on to turning out the 4 that we fed earlier. I didn't actually manage to get any footage because they're all a bit wild to turn out, but here is Luya playing in a puddle in her gateway. Right, the remaining idiots chucked out, the 4 idiots, I'm now covered in mud. Now I'm just feeding, so just fed Callie, who's in the background, just taking hay to go and feed Rhea. Hay, pony, hay. This looks like a bog pit, but it's not, she's got all of this. Demon pony fed, she was not a good girl this morning. Again, her field looks soaking, but that's actually hard standing, it just doesn't look good. 1 goose, chucking a feed everywhere, as per usual. And 1 Tushka fed. Right, that's everything out and fed, so I'm just going back to sort everything out, take my hat off, change my boots, change my coat, and then drive home. Turn the arena lights off now that it's daylight, and the heat's up. Just changing my coat and my boots, they stay at the yard, because otherwise my car ends up disgusting. So they stay in my tack room. Right. Hair definitely needs sorting, but there we go. Lights off. I brought my work bag and my laptop with me to the yard, just in case, because sometimes, I mean, it's 8:30 now and I've got a meeting at 9, so just in case anything goes wrong, it's good to have my laptop with me, just in case. These breeches were clean on this morning. Rank. Being from home today means I have time to put a wash on. Water. All set up with a minute to spare. Whew, done. I saved you the boredom of filming my workday, but here is me heading back over to the yard wearing an equally disgusting pair of joggers. Horse clothes back on, and we are now back off to the yard, and it's raining again. Time to make up yet more feeds, this time for Tushka and Callie. They have very boring feed of light chaff, a couple of pony nuts, and a scoop of linseed. Yes, I'm fully aware that I should actually weigh things and measure things properly, but there we are, life's too short. And then I got distracted by playing with the cat, who's not actually my cat. He moved in from a housing estate down the road and has never left. He's now been here for 2 years. His name is Arlo. Oh, and his owner is fully aware as where he is. then back off to wade through the mud pit. I cannot believe how wet this is. This is supposed to be a walkway and it's underwater. Leading in Egg and Moose, they come in together because they go out together, so they are the bestest friends. Egg is either very, very well behaved or absolutely terribly behaved. There is no in between. Then I trek off to go and get Luya in, and my dad goes to get Selkie in. Just listen how wet it is. Dragging in the second last horse of the day. Not sure if you can see me, off to get the last horse of the day, going to get Goose, because my other two, Dushka and Callie, live out 24/7, but Goose was getting a bit too attached to Callie, and as they're both young, I wanted to split them up. So Goose gets to come in, and also she's fully clipped from before we bought her, including legs, so I don't like them standing out in mud, especially not when it's been this wet. Hi Goose! Right, you can barely see, but other horses fed. The one's over in the distance somewhere. Just got back home, now it's time to get changed and get back out because I'm going kickboxing.